I did a video. I did a couple of videos, testing videos on the streets. Uh, when I went to the streets, but these particular videos, I think I got this is a part. Suppose should be a part seven. Part seven. Our people. This is the title of the video. Part seven. Our people has a white Caucasian mindset. I just left the house, right? Well, in my neighborhood, I'm gonna put it like that. In my neighborhood, there's an elder, no disrespect to you at all. We was talking about on the thing of talking about raising boys and things like that, how to be a man, raising kids, how to be a man, right? And I noticed that the whole time I was talking, she was quiet, quiet, completely quiet. So they try to play that little slick diss like, oh, well, I'm quiet and I don't say nothing. I try to be peaceful. Bullshit. When you're quiet, bullshit. When you saying something, that means what they doing in their mind, they trying to study up on something, how they can manipulate what you just said. Now, here's the manipulation that she used. Well, it don't take all. You don't have to just chastise. Some children, it doesn't take chastise. It doesn't take whoopings. It doesn't take beating. First of all, beatings. When it talks about beating, it's not talking about all the time about literally beating somebody or whatever. You see what I'm saying? When it says beat him with the rod, he should not die, and all of that. That the word beat could mean many different things, but it does have a definition for it. It doesn't mean in a negative way you're trying to just beat up on somebody just to do it and like saying it's not going to help. Like some kids don't need beating and all that kind of stuff, just like blah 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 whatever. Of course you're gonna deal. God deals with us in different ways, but it doesn't it does not it still shouldn't it's not going to change the fact in doing things the way the Most High say do it. You know? Yeah, yeah. It's still not gonna. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It still doesn't stop you from raising your damn children. See, in the white culture, it's different. That's why they kids can run into school and shoot up every damn body, kill every damn body. But in the African American community, our people, we get on your ass. We tell you, we teaching you how to be a man. We ain't gonna teach you to sit up here. That's why the white culture go into school and they kill up every damn body. Because it's not in their blood and it's not in their nature. They mind is like they try to call our people retardation and all that type of shit and mental illness. That's slavery. That's not mental illness. That's slavery. That's slave syndrome. And that's the reason why a lot of our people, when they disagree, I got the Bible and I went to reading out the Bible. And as soon as I got the Bible and went to reading out the Bible, the person got mad and flipped it and tried to say, "Are you going to go to? Are you going to?" They tried to basically change the conversation. I said, "Oh, okay, I see what's going on here." You know what I mean? But they are destroyed because they thinking the way that a Caucasian man would want their ass to think. Then they wonder why we dealing with so many different curses and all of that type of stuff is because they not really doing what the Bible said do. They claim they believe in the Bible. They claim they believe in God. But their actions, you listen to their actions, you're gonna know you're gonna see they don't really believe in God. Their actions is telling you to hell with God. The hell with what God's saying. And then this person telling me, well, I'm gonna give you my I. I say it's all about you. But I said, what does my God tell me? What does the God of Israel say? The God of Israel say, train your children. That's what it said. Now, if you think you're going to take that away from me because I already know you ignorant. Ignorant is a respectful word to say, rather than me just. It's taking a lot in me not to really go in and be disrespectful because I don't want to do that to my people. You see what I'm saying? But you know you living in a Esau society, the Esau world, the so-called white man's world, and you know really that's what he taught you. He taught you that. Why you think that the conspiracy is that they use the prison system is to uh, set you up so you can be in a prison system. Why you think they put that in your mind to have a mind? Only a Caucasian. If a Caucasian would hear you speak like that, you would. They would be happy if they would hear you speak like that. They would love that. Ask them, do they discipline their children? No, it's not in a because they are what they call what this is Neanderthal. Because let me tell you something. When you are of a Caucasian race, your brain their brains is not. That's why when you look at them and their skin is not, it's like their skin is not fully developed. That means their mind is not fully cooked. There's parts of their mind is not fully done. So it's going to be naturally for them, for the enemy, is to think like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, let me give you an example. If whether this is my child or not, let's say if you get a young girl who's online twerking, let's say she's about 5 to 6 years old twerking online, right? I'm just giving an example. Even though that is not physically my child, it's going to bother me. And I'm going to be like, this is fucking disgusting because why would you have your 5 year old dancing with their ass out online? I'm just saying, but I'm showing you the difference in between the different reaction between uh, a so-called black man and how he would feel about his child doing something like that online versus a so-called white man with white folks in general. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to bother them. They're going to tell you, well, let your child do whatever. You know, you got to let them be a free thinker, and that's what they're going to throw on you. I don't get mad if they are whatever they only doing. It's natural for blah blah. They're going to find some kind of way is to make it justifiable. But see, that's the difference between the mind of Esau and the minds of our people. A person who is trying to actually live right and do the right thing or whatever is not going to approve of their child at a young age, not at all, whether they grown or older, is to sit up there and advertise themselves like that because us, that a child's stomach upside down is for us to see a black, Hispanic, and Native American man. What type of people we'll be like? We'll be mad. We'll be like ready to cuss your ass out. We'll be ready to get on your ass. That's how we are. We ready to get on your ass for shit, letting your child twerk online, twerk and all that kind of stuff. We don't know. We don't do that. We'll feel some type of way about it, even if it's not my child. Like I did some videos about this months ago, last year, months ago. How um this is how that's the reason why they allow people is to go viral on things like TikTok. There's nothing wrong with TikTok. I agree with the voices being heard, but if you're really trying to change something, all you got to do is change something and fix it to where if when they try to upload something nasty on TikTok that's going to involve exploiting uh, a person's child at a young age, then it should be something that come up there and disable the video and say, I'm sorry, this cannot be uploaded to the website. You see what I'm saying? That's what they can do. Put a restriction on the video that it can't be uploaded if this is happening. If you can't abide by the, but I know Esau they really don't want to do that. If you can't abide by the rules or nothing like that, then don't come up in here trying to upload uh stuff like that. If you can't do that, then we're not going to allow you to come on the website and create an account and do all, because you're promoting some stuff like this is going to put blacks, Hispanic. We care about, if they really cared, that's what they would do. We care about the blacks, Hispanics, and neighbors of America. We care about your girls and your boys exploiting themselves online naked and stuff like that. To us, it should piss us off and make us mad and make us angry when we see stuff like this is being done with our children and our families and our children and sons and daughters and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? It would piss you off. You see what I'm saying? But the so-called white race, they don't care. They don't care about if you showing yourself naked. And I've seen videos where a lot, some girls, young girls, be exploited, get millions of likes. Now, this is what Esau promotes, right? So that should disgust and piss you off and make you mad as hell when you see or when we see our children involving in something like this here, because we wish in our mind, damn, I wish they would wake up and see the light and know what Esau is actually doing and how he's using our people is to exploit their naked bodies and stuff like that. We should be able to call out stuff and say, hey, look, no, I don't want that. But see, there's a difference between the so-called black race, Hispanic, and Native American race. I know a Mexican man found out that his daughter was what, twerking online, and he got a video. It's on Twitter. He was tearing her ass up. He was literally had a belt tearing her ass up. And I commented on the video, and I said I don't blame him because this is something that that's a difference between a so-called white man and a so-called black or Hispanic or Native American man. That's a difference because most of us will be disgusted by that because that's just their mind is not where they call us, like I said, retardation and all that kind of stuff like that. That fit the so-called white man. They naturally like that. That's why they are down what they call Down syndrome because their brain, it's a certain part of their brain wasn't created to be able to think like a so-called black or Hispanic or Native American man. You see what I'm saying? Where they push this thing the same sex to where we will be like hell no, we'll be willing to take a L and lose the riches of this earth, a real black or Hispanic or Native American man, because no, we don't agree to that. Because that goes against God. That goes against the Bible. You see what I'm saying? And if I'm around something like that or in an environment like that, it's going to disgust me, and I have to come out and say, hey, look, you exploiting yourself like this, here, you setting yourself up for perverts, rapists, robbers, and all kinds of stuff and things of that nature when you exploit yourself like this. But think about it. Is Esau going to tell you that? No, because that's what they promote. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to raising your children, I went to 1 Kings chapter 2, verses 1 and 2, where it says, God, Solomon, David's son, Solomon was getting ready. I think he says, I go the way of all the earth, be thou strong and show thyself a man and keep the charges of the Lord thy God. You see what I'm saying? I think David, I think it was David had Solomon because David was getting ready to die. But he told Solomon, be thou strong and show thyself a man and keep the charges of the Lord. Right? Show yourself a man. But you have a lot of people out here that's telling you, well, you don't have to train all kids. It's that some kids does not take. But yeah, if you obeying God's voice and doing what He said do and keeping the commandments and all of that, then He will bless you to the point to where the blessing would be you won't have to discipline your kids. But some children, when you're not keeping the commandments of the Lord and trying to do your best to keep the commandments of God, He said, all these curses gonna come upon you and pursue you and overtake you. The curses would be you would have to discipline your children because you have not kept the commandments yourself. So your children is going to go astray. So that is a curse. So when you say that all children, you don't have to do that to, of course you don't have to do it all to them. If you obeying and keeping the commandments, he said he will bless your seed. You see what I'm saying? But just because you don't have to do something, you don't have to. Of course, you got ways where you gonna all your kids is not. Of course, all of them are not gonna be the same. But you still teach them, teach it to their children. You teach them how to keep the commandment, and if it boils down to the scrap, then you use the scrap. It still doesn't excuse the fact that you teach them the same principles. It's not like you growing up and you teaching them different principles, like, oh, you don't have to spank your child just because these children grew up in a household where they didn't have to spank their children. That doesn't mean that you don't teach somebody else that, okay, you don't, it's wrong to teach your child the way God said do it. No, you teach them anyway. You know, teach them anyway. That does not excuse you teaching them. That's not going to change God's principles of you still bringing them up in the fear of the Most High and teaching them His ways and stuff like that. And that's the reason why a lot of our people is having problems and trouble with their kids now, because they want to be the damn kids' friends now and not teach them the standards of the Most High and teach them how to be a real man and a real woman. See, that's what a real black man does. A real black man teaches children. You know, a real black man gonna teach his children. A so-called white man don't give a damn about that. So they just don't. That's why you think they children and Dylan Roof went into that school and shot up and killed everybody, because it's just in their damn nature to do so. They don't believe in disciplining their kids. It's not in their nature to do so because God didn't make them. He didn't create them that way. They were made to be wicked of the planet to do that. You see what I'm saying? They were created to be wicked. So naturally, if you ask them, do they believe in discipline and like whooping their children and stuff? They naturally, it sounds like abuse to them when it's actually is love. That's why so-called white men, they can go in stores and kill up each other. Why you think they can go into malls and it be a shootout in the damn mall and stuff, and it be a so-called white man doing it? Because they don't believe it's not in their nature to be disciplined like that. It's just not part of their nature. It's not in their nature. Just like it's in their nature to naturally stop a so-called black person on the streets, and if they can, their aim is to put handcuffs and all that stuff around them and enslave them. It's just naturally in. It's just inbred in his DNA, just like a pit. It is naturally in the DNA of a pit is to latch on to something and maul it, and kill it, or latch onto it and not let go. It's just that's just part of the breed. That's the breed and the culture of the dog. So that it is in the breed and in the culture of the white man is to go for blood, because that is natural. That is his natural. Why you think they was able to kill George Floyd? So what I'm trying to tell you is, it is naturally in the breed of a Hispanic and a black and Native American man is to say, grab them a belt and say, sit your ass down, or whatever. It is naturally in them is to say, hey, look, I'm not gonna tell you no more. Get over there, do such and such like I asked you to. You know what I mean? That's the godly way. And then they want to try to holler child abuse. Child abuse. They ain't got no reason to be walking around here hollering something good, when all they did was promoted evil in their natures and stuff. So they don't have no business walking around here trying to proclaim nothing good. When all you did, you are the organic of evil. You promoted evil. That's crazy. Okay, so since we got this music, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, and we'll come back later and talk.